You're at your old trusty boat. You call mighty sparrow. I'm in the city of Mardi Gras.
Welcome to the Sailing into Oblivion podcast. I'm your host, Jerome Rand.
Good morning, everybody. Rude awakening today. It was so cold last night. I was attempting to sort of deal with it without the heater going, and I guess I just didn't realize that it was going to get down into the low 30s last night. And looking around now, at the portholes, which are all bronze or brass or whatever, and just absolutely dripping with condensation from my breath. Wow, reminds me of being in the Southern Ocean again, minus all the mold, thankfully. But this is gonna be it. This is gonna be the last podcast for me. Like I said, there will be 4 or 5 that come out over the coming months. So just little subjects, answering questions, things like that, whatever I sort of was able to fit in. Pretty much short ones, but, obviously it was a busy week getting ready for this voyage. So the weather looks not perfect by any means to get out of here, but not terrible in the way of crazy, insane gales. It's going to be wild. It's going to be blowing pretty good, but for the very most part, it's going to be blowing out of the west, which is what I want to get me southeast to warmer climates. And, hopefully I can, get down to and then past the Gulf Stream and out into the wide open Atlantic, where I have a little bit better chances of dodging some of these systems that are coming off the coast, or at least just staying south of them. So that's the game plan. The one snafu is that by about Tuesday afternoon, we get one small little system that comes up and is going to blast me with some easterly winds for about 10 hours or so. So I'll probably end up getting out into the Gulf of Maine, get becalmed. Next system will roll up. I'll just hove to for a little bit, and then as soon as the winds shift, then take off again. So, it is what it is. I'd rather leave now, and the rest, like I said, the rest of the week seems like just pretty hefty westerlies, and no big systems sort of forming, depending on which forecast you look at, I suppose, because they're all a little bit different between the European and the American NOAA one. But yeah, we're gonna give it a shot. Sparrow's looking good. Sparrow's looking tough. Everything is sorted. I'm doing this right now. It's about 7:30 in the morning on Monday, and the winds are still a little blustery right now, but they're forecast to just be easing up over the rest of the day. So I'm going to try and grab hold of what I can and take off. But before I go into turbo mode and get everything sorted, I figured I'd sit down and do a little pod here before all the lashing and sails and all that sort of stuff go on the boat, and sheets and everything are run. So yeah, it's been crazy. It really has. Kind of a whirlwind trying to do and juggle so many things, but I think it's paid off. This summer has been a lot of work, a lot of hours, not a whole lot of sleep, but it's been I think pretty productive in the end. And going forward, I don't know, it'll be interesting to see how things sort of grow. Ideally, I think if I can keep things going up and keep finding new little ways to get a little bit of revenue here, there, everywhere, then all of a sudden maybe able to sort of kickstart this thing going and possibly get back into going around places and meeting people and telling the stories and all that sort of stuff. So we'll see. Who knows? But that's right now. It's all about this trip, fully provisioned. I just had sort of those giddy Yeah, a little bit of nervousness, I think on a trip like this, I'm always a bit nervous just because I've done so much changing and modifying and stuff like that, and pretty much done all of it on my own. You hook up these solar panels and you do all this sort of stuff, and you start questioning whether or not you did it perfectly, and so there's a little bit of doubt, but I'm pretty sure that once I get out there and get a few days in and Sparrow's doing well, that's going to add to the confidence, and I will find my sea legs once more. So, it's but again, still, yeah, just always a little nervousness the day of departure. Luckily, this one I'm not taking off until about noon, so I have a bit of time to take care of any last minute things, but I pretty much already have my little list of what needs to be done today. And yeah, that's about it. I've already filled in most of the yacht log for today, and yeah, normally that's one of those things that I always am like kicking myself because I'm getting out of here or somewhere else where I can't actually just hop down below for 5 minutes to be able to do it, because there's either lobster pots or I'm on a river or something like that. And I finally have learned that I can fill out almost everything right before I leave, and then I'm covered for the next like 6 hours. So, hey, wisdom in my old age. You can teach an old dog new tricks. Coffee, good, delicious. But yeah, so I don't know what else to say. I'd like to make this at least 10 minutes long, although there's no real reason to purposefully put more content in if it's not, if it's just rambling. So I don't know. I guess to wrap this up, I just want to say, again, big thanks to all the supporters, whether it's people emailing in with podcast ideas, people joining the Patreon, which is definitely very helpful. People getting the shirts. It's been amazing, absolutely amazing seeing the support for sort of what I'm trying to do here, and the support for sharing, not only actual like videos and things like that about being out at sea, but also just being able to sit down and speak my mind. And that's pretty cool that people that you, the listeners, have sort of enjoyed that, and you let me know that, and that's pretty cool. It does feel good. Long ago, years ago, when I first posted those couple of podcasts from out at sea on the failed figure 8 adventure, I had no idea where it was going to go. Didn't think it was going to be much more than just that, and it really has. It's blossomed into something pretty cool that is a really fun part of my life, and it's allowed me to sit down with a lot of really great people, and also kind of just been a bit of, I guess, self-therapy, because it's nice to be able to just sit down and just talk and not really have to put a muzzle on as far as your feelings, your ideas, things like that. It's kind of cool. I mean, it's easy to do that out at sea by yourself. And I do that constantly, but it's a little different when you have to put a little bit more brain power into it, because you do want it to be a listenable thing, and that there's someone on the other end. I mean, out at sea, when I get into my rants and raves and it's just me, those are always pretty funny. But I know no one's ever going to hear them, so it doesn't really matter. But in any event, that's it, because I got to get some stuff tidied away, and boy, it is cold. Icicles on the sails. Holy smokes. Was not expecting that. I really wasn't. But I'm going to tune things up and get ready, and that's about it. So thanks, everybody. Enjoy the upcoming shows over the next few months, and I will hopefully be back with a good amount of what I like to call offshore gold. Those sacred moments for the solo sailor out at sea, rambling away, and yeah, should be pretty cool. I'm looking forward to it, and yeah, so we will see. Thanks for listening, and have a great winter.